Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We got 1,400 of these available for your listening pleasure. We are going to continue to add as often as I can, depending on my schedule. But in any event, hopefully there are things here that are useful to you and beneficial to you as we move forward here. A couple of things to consider, and that is if you are looking for ways to manage your emotions on a better level or in a better way. It's great to be able to do that, and so would love to be of assistance to you as I have been to 18,000 people over the last 15 years in helping them to kind of detangle life a little bit. So, in a couple ways you can reach out at PO Perception on Twitter and or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you in touch with me or members of my team. We can make something happen from there. Things that you shouldn't say. The first is, I don't feel like it. Look, the majority of people, and this is going to sound harsh, and I don't mean for it to, but the majority of people that run through your life are dealing with their own emotions and things that they'd rather not be dealing with, just the same that you are, which means the majority of people don't actually care how you feel. They care whether or not you are useful to whatever cause they are trying to accomplish, whatever thing they're trying to get done, and they care about whether you are going to help or hurt their bottom line. They don't really care about your emotional state at any given moment. Now, should we? Yes. In an idealistic world, it would be wonderful if we all cared about making sure that everyone else was okay and everyone else felt good about whatever it was they were trying to accomplish. But unfortunately and sadly, we don't live in an idealistic world. It would be great if we did. It'd be awesome if we did. It'd be helpful if we did, and lots of people would benefit. However, the majority of people don't care that much because they've got their own stuff going on. They've got their own things that they're dealing with, and that becomes more about making sure that we understand that reality. The next is telling people to shut up, be quiet, or not speak out. Again, it comes down to the fact that everyone has the ability to have their own opinion. Whether that opinion is something we agree with, whether that opinion is something that is helpful to us or hurtful to us, whether that opinion is useful or we deem it useless or ineffective. We live in a society that has a lot of opposite natures going on. And what that means is we think that our opinion is something that people should agree with or something that we should, kind of tap into. Um, it's an interesting nature to thing. And so look, whether it be a political opinion, a religious opinion, a social opinion, they're still opinions, and people have rights to have them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that having them makes a difference one way or the other. People are still going to feel how they're going to feel. People are still going to act how they're going to act. People are still going to do how they're going to do. People are still going to be how they're going to be. And it's just a matter of being able to navigate whether we can be around certain people who believe different or believe differently or act differently. It doesn't really necessarily mean that it's right or wrong to feel that way. It's an interesting thing that comes, and ultimately, um, it's an interesting deal there. Now, um, there are no things that necessarily give a person complete authority over us, but we got to bow to, at least on some level. And what I mean bow to, I don't mean that we should completely cower to, but if someone knows more than we do, respect that authority. If someone has done something we haven't done, respect that authority as well. Doesn't mean we have to be in a complete agreement, but understand that when we disagree with someone who's been where we've been, or done what we've done, or done what we're trying to do, and we disagree with them just because we don't want to hear it, we don't want to deal with it, we don't want to, come out with it, then ultimately we're just hurting ourselves, and it's um, there's there's an interesting reality there that ultimately isn't something that comes easily for most people. Again, avoiding the whatever mentality is also important. The whatever mentality is indifference. Look, if you cared enough to ask a question, if you cared enough to have an opinion, if you cared enough to feel a certain way, that also means you cared enough to want something to go uh, in a good way. It's an interesting reality where taking the personal responsibility for the decisions you make and whatever you're putting time into is important. And so passing the buck and believing that other people are supposed to be the ones to make your decisions for you or make your life easier all the time can be detrimental. These are things that smarter people avoid doing. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.